I mean, oof. That lane is probably one of the filthiest right now. It's just so goddamn annoying. Like, Pango can swashbuckle away, but guess what? Ricky's just got 2 blinks to chase you. I haven't played. I sound salty. I haven't played against that matchup. I've just seen it. It's filthy to watch, honestly. It's just like, oh, goddamn Ricky. That hero is annoying. But Keen, they're gonna pick up the disruptor here. So,
5 seconds remaining.
interesting disruptor. I guess it stops the Phoenix dive, which is nice. Like, it's the dive doesn't get you there instantly. So a lot of the time, Disruptor, the one thing he doesn't like playing to is a bunch of blinks to get on top of him, but also just being able to blink like into fog so he can't get the glimpse. But the good thing about the Phoenix is that it's not that instant kind of disengage, so he's still going to have time to be able to cast the glimpse. As we see CDEC, they're going to go back for the Void Spirit here. So what I imagine will be XM's hero. I think Ember looks super strong for Keen right now. If they want to pick it up, they might try and hold their mid lane. So their mid hero till last, but I think that, I mean, it just destroys the Void Spirit. They can still flex him and put him on like SRF in the off lane. It's also going to be nice because you have the Grimstroke Void Spirit combo. You can Ink Swell. He's got the Astral Step to close the distance. Yeah, that's actually going to be a pretty potent combo, I'd say. We'll see what they do want to do here. I'm gonna troll. Okay, so OD's in the pool. The OD versus the troll, but you take a look. I mean, they don't have the greatest ways to kite that hero. As soon as he pops BKB, like, it deals with the egg. He's an egg hitter. Soulbind's a little annoying though, because it can kind of control him through BKB, unless he has like whoever else is binded up to him has to kind of play as aggressive as the troll is. But so the Peel's gone, the Naga's gone. There's actually not a lot of options that I kind of like versus the troll. This series is very single target, so the illusion's really good to deal with him. And they don't have the greatest way to kite him. This is a really good troll pick. That's a strong lane. Snapfire troll. I'm actually super worried for CDEC. How does this... BKB is really nice, the piercing. So Phoenix Axe lane. It's also a BKB piercing stun to be able to protect the egg, which is super important. I've seen a couple of, like, Banes lately with the Phoenix. Just in case if they go like Life Stealer or Jug, you just have to... Yeah, you've got this way to kind of deal with like the Blade Fury or Rage and then just beating onto the egg. So that's always nice. Ah, Morphling. That's one of them, yeah. You actually kind of destroy the troll. If he does get on top of you though with the Diffusal Blade, it's really nuts, but kind of the E-Blade build is not really something troll wants to play into, so we'll imagine it's going to be... I mean, I think Ricky. I still think Ricky is really good right here for CDEC. Like, there's not a lot left. You want to kind of utilize the Grimstroke laning presence, so you kind of want someone who's able to play... Could they PA, guys? Could they ban a Life Stealer? What, they think Troll's gonna go mid? How would Troll fare versus Void? I feel like it wouldn't go too well though, because Void's got a lot of physical protection. I guess Troll can constantly maybe just go bottle and harass with the Whirling Axes. That Life Stealer... What? Yeah, I don't know where... I feel like a Troll Life Stealer would be really awkward.
10 seconds remaining.
They would lack a little bit of damage throughout the early stages. But even then, looks like both teams would have got the last pick coming through. So King Gaming once again have this Ultra last. We saw the Monkey King last time. Which they could still do against the Void Spirit, which is going to be decent. Like, that, you know, there's like a Huskar, there's like a Void. I feel like Huskar is actually pretty decent on King. They don't really have like this protective support. I was saying Ricky for a while, and there it is. I'm glad they picked it. Wow, so they do go for a really wonky pick here. I'm just trying to... I want to see where they put it. So it's going to be... It will be the Troll mid. So they actually had a good... They had a really good understanding of where they thought the Troll was going to go. Well, the Lycan hunting down the backline Grimstroke's annoying. I feel like Keen have like so much mobility. Like Keen just run at you. The Lycan as well with the Disruptor is super nice. The Wolves to be able to scout out for the Glimpse. You've got Pango can use Swashbuckle aggressively to kind of chase. I feel like this is going to be a goddamn bloodbath, lads. It's a mid-troll, so... I must say though, that Disruptor mount is ugly. Like that is ugly as. Dude, he's feral. Ooh. Oh, look at him. Scratching him in on the nose. I really do like the Riki pick a lot, actually. I don't know if this is enough for CDC to win. It feels like they... Like, King Gaming just kind of run at them. I actually like the lineup from Radiant a lot. I just keep saying run at them, but it just looks like they have a lot easier ways to execute these fights. Like, they don't have the greatest way to be able to protect the Phoenix Egg. Like, there's no Faceless Void, there's no Mars or anything like that. You're really more just relying on, like, a big call and being out on front. Although I do say that, you've got the BKB Piercing Stun in the core, you've got the Smoke Cloud as well for the evasions, kind of important. I really want to see how this troll actually matches up versus the Void Spirit. I wonder if Yi's going to go bottle potentially, which I think he might. The reason dude, this is tricky. I like the Keen lineup. Even though I think the Riki's going to have a pretty good game. Wait, how do they control the Riki though? They don't. As long as they've got vision, actually, the Glimpse... I mean, the Blink strike range shouldn't be long enough. It's just... It's a lot shorter than what the Blink is. Maxed out 900, then you get the bonus as well with 600, so... I did say Blinks is one thing that the Disruptor does not like playing into. So, you know, Ricky's going to have that Blink strike maxed out pretty early on. So that 900 range... For that quick mobility actually might be difficult to be able to get the Glimpse back. It depends how good of a Disruptor game he has. That's the question. Like, if Disruptor can have a relatively good game, then they might just get all run off over. But I'm actually incredibly excited. We got, you know, a little bit of a switch up in the draft. You know, we got a Riki 1. We're going to have an Axe, which we don't see a lot. A Troll Warlord's going to go mid. Like, we could just have a bloodbath, honestly, in Victoria. Trying to snag the bounty. Will be successful. So, ooh, they're still going to be able to get 2-2. They're actually man fighting here. Pango's taking a bunch of damage. They've got another Blink Strike up in a couple seconds. They should be able to secure the kill. And Arme, we'll find it. Beautiful start for you, good sir. That's going to be good old Wraithband. Oof, you love to see it. Oh yes. So there should still be 2-2 for the bounties there, but of course, Dai getting first blood is incredibly nice in that regard. So I guess actually I am saying that Radiant lack a lot of control, so the Riki and Void Spirit's going to be really nice. But the one thing that I keep saying about the Radiant lineup is that they're just going to like brute force forward, I think, with this lineup. But SRF's going to have a great time. Like the Lycan's a very weak leaner, at least, and Lycan's base damage got nerfed pretty heavily as well. So he's kind of going to struggle at last sitting and taking out that Battle Hunter. Looks like SRF's actually just constantly harassing out YDS here, so they should have a relatively good time. You see the Axe as well with the Quelling Blade. We kind of see this now. Axes, you know, when they are getting picked up, it's like you go Quelling Blade, you have Battle Hunger, you try to actually lane, and with that increased damage, it's really nice to just stop them from being able to get rid of the Battle Hunger. But YDS, dude, he's got to be really careful. He's gone Bassy as well, so with this, it just reveals to me that pretty much he wants to just really utilize the Thunder Strike to mass spam out. But I feel like even then, Dai are going to have a lot more sustain. So they have to go a Headdress, and maybe Erica might potentially. Because if they don't have a Headdress in this lane, they're going to get outspammed by the Battle Hunger, by the Fire Spirits. And as we take a look mid though. Yeah, so I thought the Resonant Pulse would be relatively good in this lane because the Troll more going to be reliant around the physical damage, but Arfu, you're in a tricky spot. That's going to be another kill for Arme. Well, if they keep feeding this Riki, it's going to get difficult. Maybe I'm not back in the Riki pick that I did say was common. All right, yeah, we'll see how this does fare. I mean, this is a really interesting time. The Resonant Pulse didn't block the damage from the axes there. I thought the bottle might have kept ticking. But, so, yeah, they're having a very enjoyable time mid, which is the thing. And I wonder how Troll fares in this matchup. Like, is Troll just gonna imagine we'll max out the Whirling Axes, then maybe, like, shove out the lane and go back to the jungle? Like, because you can't really make rotations as a... Like, what does a Troll 2 actually do? Because you can't make rotations, you can't pressure out the tower here. You just try and farm as much as possible, I would presume, I guess. Because a lot of the time we see position 2s right now are either like ones to put pressure on towers, make a lot of rotations, or you're someone who can just flash farm, you know, like a Shadow Fiend for an example, a TA I guess as well. But Troll just doesn't feel like he fits in that category without being able to shove out the lane fast enough and go jungle. Because he won't really have enough mana to be able to keep the... Yeah, keep that pool going, which why I thought he might go bottle in that regard, which it does not look like he is, so... And then, he didn't go to second point battle hunger. Okay. Just holding out on the one, but we'll probably see, you know, we're seeing this kind of position 3 where they just always go Vanguard, and it just, you have so much health. The damage block as well is that you literally just don't get killed. And Arfu's got to be really, like, if he gets kind of caught out of position here, we already see when he died around the small camp, I think it was kind of trying to block the pull from coming through. So if he does get caught out once again, then it's going to be very tricky for him. He's got the cookie now with the level 2 picked up, but yeah, I'm intrigued on how he does skill build as well. I mean, I imagine he's going to go for like 1 point up in the little shredder, of course, to deal with the Phoenix egg. But I wonder when that's going to be the case. Like, probably before his level 6, I imagine, because you'd get the same timing around with the enemy 4 there. Speaking about, you know, Troll kind of staying afloat with the sustain there, I guess if you get a couple lucky regens, that might just that might be good enough, honestly. You see, he's kind of back up to full and doing relatively well at actually zoning out XM. I mean, mainly XM, he lost that rune and is now out of mana, and he's not getting any kind of help from the supports in the meantime. But Jamestown, but YDS, he doesn't have any more fire spirits, trying to play around with the trees. This might be enough. YDS, beautifully done there. Need one more right click, but he's not going to end up dropping. Really cute play with using the fog to his advantage, but will be forced back to base here, unfortunately. Now top lane, Victoria pays the price. Arme's going to be able to trade the life here, and now Arfu's in a bit of trouble. And he has already committed double blinks. If he had both of these available, probably would have been able to secure the kill, but that's a lot of creeps as well. Yeah, alright, nice. They will... I think you might be actually fine with him dying, although XM is... I believe he used the courier to be able to get up to that mana pool, probably a couple of mangoes. Because the last time I looked at him, he didn't have anything, so... I was going to say, that death's actually decent, because you give a kill over to Arme, and then you also refresh the bottle from XM, who looks like he kind of needed it out of that mid lane. The 3 points up in the axes is doing a relatively good job at being able to harass. See, the Resonant Pulse isn't having too much of an impact here, but they're going to leave Arme solo. So Victoria's going to make a rotation down bot. They want to really force Erica out of this lane, and they should be successful at that with the dive into the Inkswell combination. SRF has the rotation as well on top of the backline, so no escape for Erica. We'll try and stay alive for as long as possible, but that's not the case. They kill him a little bit too fast there. Nice little pick off. We'll probably see the Lycan go jungle now. With this catapult, they should be able to take the tower. SRF's already cut the wave here. Now this is going to free up the map. It'll free it up. Oh, dude, these roots are coming through from Yi. He does get rid of the evasion with the illusion there. That's a little nice thing, but we're even going to see Lycan TP top. I thought Lycan was going to play around still this bottom side, but I guess then again he'd farm bot and then make his rotation top through farming the jungle. And I mean, Arfu, he's definitely dead here, right? Freaky solo kill into YDS. I mean, they're actually going to try and TP and defend this. Troll's going to join them. They lose the tower. What has Troll got? Level 7, not a lot of mana. 5-1 charges to play around with, but yeah, now this puts Troll in a kind of an awkward spot where they also have the outpost control as well, so Arfu somehow still alive, but the root not going to be able to help out too much. And now that TP from Troll just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because now Yi's going to get chased down as well. The shop just going to try and help out, but unfortunately YDS just has no potential to keep Yi alive. It's a double kill for SRF. Okay. They are a 4,000 gold net worth lead from CDEC. This top lane has gone flawlessly. Bottom, we see the Axe, top of the net worth as well, actually, you know, battling out with Ricky, who's going to be on top there. They've done incredibly well from CDEC to have this advantage right now. Tier 1's already claimed. And Lycan's got nowhere to go, it feels like. Because they haven't been able to... You can't... It's so difficult to force Ricky out of that lane because he's still very strong early. Like, the Grimstroke just amplifies that drastically. Like, so Erica just has to farm the jungle now. He's got Necros. Erica's going to get a lot of farm. But it feels like Dire just doing a really good job of getting some vision down. You see they de-warded one of the defensive wards. They have one on the higher ground. But look at the warding right now from Dire. They really want to firmly control this bottom side of the map. And Axe gets a call, 1-2. Lycan's able to get the shapeshift, trying to man-fight here with the Rolling Thunder. It's right next to a couple of cliffs here, so they should be able to bounce back and forth constantly. They've got to be careful, man. Those spins did so much damage, but that's a big kill. 457 gold. Erica feels so happy with that. And they should... He's got a sentry, yeah. They ping out the higher ground. Victoria... Yeah, there we go. So that's down 2 observe wards. De-watered down at this bottom side. So now this means Lycan could... He just can't play bot. He's got to go top, farm this kind of triangle camp. The poor man's might even be able to find the tier 1 tower. But they're going to rejoin them. I mean, I love this. SRF's just going to the lane that's most under threat of being the, you know, the tower falling. Mid, you're fine at the moment. Maybe it was a bad play for me to call for Radiant to be able to take this game. I don't know. I kind of like the lineup. I'm backtracking now. And now I'm backtracking too early. I got to commit. Let's go, King Gaming. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, that's so cringe. Yeah, we got to embrace it though, Erica. And he doesn't have shapeshift. All these Alphus on the back line. They also have Yi straight on top of the Void. We can stack up the charges maybe in the further stacks, but it looks like it's not going to matter. Die with the numbers advantage right now. They do get rid of the silence, and the battle trance is going to come through. SRF cuts off Arfu. They're just lacking a little bit of damage to control as well to be able to enable this Warlord. So it looks like he's going to get brought down right in front of the Roche Pit. SRF's taking the full brunt of the force with the Pangolier bounces. He actually does make it up on... He was on the stairs and makes it to the higher ground, so they can't lock him down in a position here. They still want the follow-up. YDS has only got 1 point in the glimpse. He gets the drag back. It's only on James, though. He's still in a bit of a tricky spot, but here comes Army. Oh, look at the damage. 4 hits are food. Oh, hasn't killed him just yet. Looks like the stun's going to be the one to find the kill, in fact. We'll take a couple of the Necro books, though. Gets 1. Gets another. Still chunky gold and experience, 100 for both of them. That was really weird, because the Pango had the axe locked in place on the stairs. He was kind of like in this little... Where my actually, Arme? Oh, on top of Pango. That's not a long swashbuckle either. So Arme has to fall up here. Really nicely done with the tricks of the trade. They're going to continue fighting. Yeah, he's going to try and wrap around here, but Dire, they're still in the area. Dire just playing so fast right now. Straight on top of the wall here. They have the shapeshift. It looks like Erica wants to join the fight, but now they've got to be careful because the Phoenix Egg, if it does want to come through defensively, yeah, trying to disengage. The static storm's onto 2. It's perfectly placed here with the Phoenix Egg as well. They should be able to deal with it afterwards because they have the little shredder. CDEC, they just overstepped the mark a little bit too much, but do they have the cleanup with the crew coming through? However, XM has a swashbuckle up if need be, but it looks like that last little bit of damage from the right click should find it. He does get stunned up. XM's going to be careful to play away from the Pangolier now. It looks like with the drag back, YDS is the next target, however, but they will get one last stun into the swashbuckle kill. CDEC. Little bit too aggressive there. We said they were making a nice little fast movement, but... No, I missed the fight recap as well. Those long drawn-out fights, the fight recap don't stay around for too long there. It's a bit of a swing. It was about a 5.5k gold lead down to 4k. They do still get a couple kills from CDEC. So it's not like they don't get anything out of it. The big thing is that armor kill. 578 gold. It was to the Disruptor, though, who got a couple of kills. Got 2 kills that engagement. And just back to putting aggression on. I mean, they know that Radiant have a really greedy lineup. I guess this was my question about the troll, though. Like how does he fit into the draft that Radiant have? Because you've got a troll and a Lycan. So what are you going to do? Because this hero is still kind of like, he's going Maelstrom. I think Yi actually has to go Diffusal. Yi has to go Diffusal BKB, otherwise I don't see how he's going to be able to... Maelstrom's nice. It's a cost-effective item to be able to give you some potential flash farm. And also be able to kind of take engagements. But Maelstrom has just been getting nerfed into Oblivion, it feels like. Like, that item is just not as strong anymore. Like, I'd rather the Troll just max out the Whirling Axes and just have a bunch of mana instead of just going for the Maelstrom. At least Lycan does have Necro 3s, so Eric is doing a relatively good job on this hero. You know, he's finding the farm after that kind of rough laning stage, getting zoned up pretty early. But I think Dire just kind of slow the pace down a little bit, even though they do have Diffusal on Arme. They want this blink. That's the more important thing. Try and give Axe a little bit of space so he can find it here. Looks like he is taking a couple of stacks as well, so this is going to get enabled. I'm surprised he didn't try and stack this hard camp, unless he'll clear it fast enough potentially. We'll stack it after this. Another Static Storm XM. He's still got one more Astral Step. Oh, he might be in a bit of a tricky spot here to simulate Erica. Up to the western side. He's going to try and TP out to have the damage to bring him down. Oh! Whoa, hang on. What the what? He died in base, but I don't know how the Pango got the kill. That does... because he doesn't have any damage over time. What, the Swashbuckle transition into the base? No, here we go. Straight on top of the Troll Wall with the Blink Strike into the Ink Swell. It's a nice Wall of a Kiss. It's a fair amount of damage. Another Soulbind latches up the Pango. It stops the counter initiation. The Phoenix deck, they can't really commit forward as well. Pango ultimate now on cooldown. Zoo's going to be in a bit of a tricky spot here. They get the silence. Will end up getting taken away thanks to the support. So even got a glimpse back Arme. Nice attempt. I wonder if you can time the Blink Strike with the glimpse. Because sometimes you can... that wouldn't make any sense because it doesn't make you invulnerable. Yeah, if it drags you back and you blink all the way... no, I can't imagine that working. We'll see. Maybe... yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's some weird animations with glimpse. What you're able to do with that is so odd. But this is an item build that we see kind of... I think it's the norm now. It feels like the Fusel Blade gives you a lot of early game. It's also a nice item to increase kind of your farm as well. Just the Agi. There's kind of not a better item for Ricky that's going to be able to work with the ultimate. Like, it's a lot of Agi and also allows you to fight. It's very similar to what we see sometimes. Like, people go like a Yasha into Battle Fury for the Troll for a while, even Jug. You know, the... we've also seen like the Spectre go like Yasha into Radiance. Even using the Necro books in that regard. So yeah, it's just this early item to be able to give you some nice stats to join the fights if need be. But then also just flash farm, as we see Arme's doing that at the moment. I still think Dire should be pretty content with taking any engagements they really feel like they need to do. They might try and protect this Observer, which I think they will, with Arthur, who's going to get brought down here. But they do have a couple of heroes, and now he actually commits the tricks of the trade. So with the Static Storm being able to... oh, they push him out further back now with the follow-up Rolling Thunder. A little bit awkward there coming through, but they're going to glimpse back Grimstroke. The division coming through from the Wolves. Nicely done. Victoria's taking a bunch of damage here. The Cold will give him some protection, but nothing against the Swashbuckle damage from the Pangolier. They still have this vision advantage in the meantime. Actually, XM's going to further commit here, but you do take a look though that once you have the maxed out glimpse, the Wolves and Necro books being able to provide the vision really enables... that is where you tip him. Surely you've got to tip him. It's the mental warfare there. He just died to your Necro books because the axe brought them down and the Fire Spirit got that last little bit of damage. How you don't tip that man actually blows my mind. Someone's got to tip him, even if it's not the Lycan. Oh, Remnant? That was a long TP. Lycan's gonna get caught out. Now you tip him back if that was the case. So now this is where the Phoenix actually tips him, because they both misplay very heavily. You got drums. I mean, maybe the attack speed to help against the egg? I can't imagine why it'd go drums instead, so... alright, well, there you go. Lycan's gonna end up falling. Nice little pick off for them. Still getting a lot of fun, dude. Axes. Woo! Axes. Goddamn. Well, he's top of the last hits right now, no doubt about it. He's also 5-1. He's got the... just behind the Ricky in the highest kills so far, but... the high gun smoke. So still going to be able to get the glimpse back. Tricks the trade a little bit too late, unfortunately. He'd have the damage to be able to bring him down. The Mortimer Kisses is way too late. And it looks like Dire, they'll just steamroll over the supports. Here comes a Rolling Thunder, but now with the Cull, they'll get the movement speed. So Pangoli, the blink is going to be up in a couple seconds here. He's got to be careful. They just don't have the vision to find him. They also D-ward the higher gun, so they'll lose 2 supports here. They also lose their observe ward and a couple ultimates forwards here. And Pango? He's got to be careful, man. They need the wolves to eat off the remnant. Somehow it misses, but now SRF with the counter initiation on top of the creep wave here. The call spins. It's plenty of damage. The Inks will fall up as well. They'll bring him down. Erica going to try and deal with the supports in the backline here. Even he shows up, and now they have the evasion thanks to the smoke cloud. Grimshare's going to drop at SRF. The call, it's onto 2. Where's the damage? Oh, tricks the trade. It's up to the off the side here, the Eastern. So somehow they're not going to be able to bring them down throughout the call, but James is going to be able to show up to the fight here as well. The will drop. Arme's got the follow-up on straight on top of YDS. They're going to be able to drag him back with the remnant. Food joins the Grimstroke in the afterlife here. No, I was trying to stay alive for as long as possible, but yeah, not going to matter. Beautifully done from CDC. Dude, the Axe found really nice calls there. If Arme had that tricks of the trade on top of the call through the trees there, he actually might not have died.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But it's a 7,000 net worth lead now. I keep missing the fight recap. I don't know if they're just finishing really fast or these fights are getting drawn out to where they're not kind of showing on the screen for long enough. Even then, Ring of Aquila. Yes, please. Whoever, I mean, it's been ages, but how much? 9 IG. That's such a nuts item. And they got a Spirit Vessel now as well from James. That percent damage is really nice. Percent damage, you got a crap load of percent heal as well. So if you kind of win a fight and need to go higher gun, you're a bit weak, Erica. We try and lead him with the Inkswell here. And he's got YDS in the back line, the glimpse away. Nice use to dissimulate to be able to dodge, and Erica's going to end up falling. And now YDS with the Scepter sit up here. Pango's going to try and give him a little bit of protection here, but I don't think there's going to be enough because SRF's got the follow-up here. Now with the Soul Bind, Pango controls up a majority of that duration of the ultimate here, and they're going to be careful because the backline, once again, XM do an incredible job of being able to hunt down these supports. I mean, they've got 2 such slippery heroes, and blink, they get the vision. Your Scepter. With the fall off from SRF, that's another pick off coming through from CDEC. A 9,000 gold net worth lead. Where's that fight recap? You gotta be there. Where it is? Yeah, about a 2,000 gold swing from them. They're doing a really, really good job, man. Of like, you've got 2 slippery heroes in the Ricky and the Void. Both of them have such good catch to be able to find the Grimstroke, find the Disruptor. And as soon as you get top on these, on top of those heroes, like Grimstroke wants to play so far in the backline and not have like, because you're useless, I should say, when you're using Mortimer Kisses. Like, you're set in place, just chucking out this ultimate that kind of it makes it very difficult to be able to protect yourself. Of course, you can cancel it straight away, but kind of canceling that is a little awkward. They do need to help Arme, though. They've got the outpost. Arme's going to try and turn it straight on top of YDS with all the damage they can kill him before the kinetic field gets dropped. It's not going to matter. He'll still drop, and now with the static storm fall, they'll turn their attention down to the Grimstroke up on the high ground here. Penguin's going to try and give him a little bit of protection. Can bounce back and forth near the cliffs as well. They need the swashbuckle for a little bit of extra damage here. It's not going to come through fast enough. Now with the shapeshift, Erica straight away control with the USF, but SRF has the call as well. It's on to 2. Now with the double resonant pulse as well, it just might be a little bit too much damage. Erica has to use this ultimate for full retreat. King Gaming swiped out. They'll lose 3. Armo's still going to join them in the afterlife, but it looks like they're well and surely happy with this trade here. A silence from Pango prevents the swashbuckle. I mean, it's available. Tries to actually find Victoria here, but it looks like with the purge, they might still find him. Ooh, Scepter. Victoria is somehow alive. They do need to kind of kill the Necros fast enough because they're looking at him. Oh, they're freaking hunting. Me want kill. Very nicely done. CDC 14,000 gold lead now after that. They are just, I mean, SRF is finding some incredible cores. They're doing a great job at being able to kite the Lycan. And I feel like BKB doesn't really do any much this game, but you see the Yule Scepter. It's very difficult for Void to be able to find the Remnant actually onto the Lycan because of how fast he moves. But even if you use that Yule Scepter, 2.5 seconds, kiting the ultimate. Like, Ricky's got so much mobility, Void Spirit's got so much mobility. And there's another pickoff. Fu just going on a warding expedition. Unfortunately, we'll still get brought down here. They got a lot of vision around Roche, so it looks like now with that that movement coming through, and they're going to do. They're going to cross-map smoke here on Dire. They'll take the tier 2. They're going to go straight top after with the lane already getting shoved in. I really hope they smoke. He's just holding in the backpack. Okay, well, they're gonna go Roche. They don't really see too much at the moment, so it should be safe for them to go take. Well, bottom lane's getting shoved in and no one's farming this out. So the lanes are actually in a decent spot right now. I mean, top's kind of at the tower. Arfu's going to show. Who do they find? Will be the shop though, so it's just going to be a pick off onto the support here. It does even drop Static Storm. I mean, Roche is falling incredibly low. They're actually not going to scout. So this will drop. Dire just actually completely oblivious to Roche right now, but they're still going to wrap on top. So another support's going to pay the price here. Even though they lose Roche, they're going to lose 2 supports and a tier 1 tower. And I still feel like it's more that Radiant take it away from Dire. I still don't think Roche is enough for them to win a team fight. Wait, how do they win a fight? Let's see. Well, we can't really say ideal. Yeah, in an ideal world, what, they drop a 5-man Static Storm, but then I guess with Mortimer Kisses, like that's gonna happen, right? No, they're gonna really struggle at actually being able to take like a full engagement. Because, I mean, Army's got goddamn Beef Fury with 2,200 gold in the bank as well. They're just a little bit too far behind. I don't think the Aegis is really going to give them. It's more just, I think, the space for them to find gold. But Lycan's not really a hero that transitions relatively well into the late game. Yeah. They're Radiant are bringing the numbers down, but Erica, if he wants the ult, but now with the call on top of the creeps as well, they're going to be careful. It's just way too much damage with the blade mail. Erica might tick out here. The Spirit Wrestle isn't enough. There's the first life. Yeah, he's going to also pop out as well. James doesn't have mana for the egg. Has to commit the dive, however. He's still going to get brought down here, but it looks like the troll completely kited. Scepter's able to get the battle chance off fast enough. They don't have army for this fight. They do have the outpost. Troll's taking a decent chunk of damage here, but this could be a decent fight for Radiant take. Now with the Soulbind, Troll, Lycan, both controlled. They'll try and deal with SRF, and they will be successful at that. You see Lycan just can't move with that movement speed he needs to. Victoria's got a TP. Hasn't TP'd out, so they get the vision with the guns back. Alright, well, Victoria, just more food for the little pet in the Lycan. Nicely done. But XM's rotating, Arme's wrapping around as well. They do have the Observer and Sentry there, so they scouted the movement from the Riki, but XM, he's going to reveal this already, straight on top of the Snapfire here, but they need the initiation. Pango's going to try and get on top of him here. The Simulate dodges the first roll, they still get the glimpse back without the ult. They do actually have Static Storm. The Rolling Thunder might have just pushed him out, however, the Receptor bounced straight back as well. Void Spirit's going to get brought down in our Armne. CDEC, and they throw this game once again. They got the Phoenix Egg. It's relatively good, but Radiant just completely turned all their attention straight on top of James's egg. Now they've dusted up Arme as well, with the creeps coming through for the vision. They'll glimpse it back. CDEC, what are they doing? Oh my lord. I mean, they're going to be able to take a tier 1 and tier 2 out of this. They push immensely fast. They might say frick it. I don't think they'll go higher gun, but they might. No, they won't. No. They do have Shapeshift. I'd be a little bit surprised if they do. They should definitely take that tier 2 tower though. Well, I mean, CDEC are just making some bamboozled decisions right now. Like, previously they were taking good engagements. And then once, I mean, it was the same as last game. They do one really, really horrific fight, and they just throw away a lot of gold. Because now, all of a sudden, the net worth, the difference is coming through the supports. I mean, Phoenix 7,100 compared to his counterpart in the 3,800. Even the position 5 is about 2,000 ahead. And also the difference is kind of the Axe and the Pango. That's about 5k. But right now, yeah. I mean, Troll and Lycans being able to keep up in the farm. Yeah, XM does have the Ags now, which is nice. I mean, I don't say, like, Dire didn't throw as hard as what they did the previous game. Because then the previous game, they threw 3 BKBs, a couple of lives, and then Ages, and then didn't have buyback as well. This time, they just threw a couple of lives, but I guess they already had Ages. So, I mean, this is a good start for Keen. That's what they need. Hunting down the supports. They are going to... Even though I say that the Void Spirit and the Riki has a lot of mobility, Lycan still has far greater. So it is still very difficult to play into this Shapeshift though. You see, it just depends on who gets soulbinded up. Like, if Victoria soulbinds the Pangolier, then the ultimate's completely useless. I mean, if it's just the Pango and you don't latch onto someone, then you don't care. But also with the Shapeshift as well. I mean, you just don't get that full mobility. So it's going to be interesting how they do play these little bit engagements. But the supports are the key targets. Like, Lycan hunts them down, but you have the protection. Like, Axe is always going to find the catch onto the troll, you know, the catch onto the Lycan. So it's just that, can you keep your supports alive long enough to be able to drop the Static Storm and drop kind of like a couple of abilities from the stat file? Because it feels like the Phoenix Egg hasn't had much impact, and as we see Victoria, Pango's going to commit the Rolling Thunder, so they are diving incredibly deep with the vision of Glimpse Dragon back. Pango still be able to make a little bit of space here, but unfortunately doesn't find the stuns there. So won't be able to catch anyone else. They're going to back off. They'll use this time to get some farm. Then the probability drags all the way back. And we got some tier 3 nouns, but... I mean, Rolling Thunder is not the biggest cooldown. Just lose sound? Oh, we got sound, okay, I was gonna say. I swear it just disappeared for a second, but... Oh, they also got the mic. I mean, you probably want the Orbit Attraction, right? He's got Manta already. The stats are nice. I mean, what's Manta getting rid of? Lucky Shot. Oh, he's got the level 20 talent. Okay, so when I brought up earlier the fact that the Disruptor hates versing heroes with blinks to be able to... XM? Just run up double Resonant Pulse, but yeah, when I said that Disruptor hates versing heroes that have a blink because you can just kind of blink out of fog like instantaneously and you can't get that Glimpse Drag back, well now Ricky has that increased cast range. 300 more over what a blink normally would be, and they're going to smoke up. Keener in a really good spot to take this fight, but straight away, nice counter initiation, straight on top of the Sapphire, and they find the Troll Wall as well. Beautiful initiation, and now Pango's going to be careful. The silence prevents the Rolling Thunder, so he's going to get dragged down as well. Dire. Woo, that execution was flawless. Arme finds a Snapfire, Axe finds the Troll Warlord. The double initiation there was actually just a thing of beauty. 4 quick pickoffs. They're going to try and take some objectives out of it. That is the one thing that Ricky lineups lack, is that Ricky's never one to really take hit towers. You know, with the Orbit Destruction, you do it a little bit faster, but you're definitely not the greatest. You're a little better with the double Blink Strike and Tricks of the Trade, because you can really play around with that kind of elusiveness. But I'd say, you know, there's better heroes. The Troll, the Morphling, etc. There's much better. He still does struggle. The micro. But alright, so they get 2 tier 2 towers. About half, yeah, a little over half damaged onto the tier 3 as well. And now it's just jumped back up to a 17,000 net worth lead for CDEC after the incredible team fight that they were able to have. Rating were almost in a really good spot, but the fact that they scouted out with that sentry, 2 heroes were trying to kill the sentry, so they got vision of them, and James dive, trying to snag the bounty, but what? Okay, Glimpse isn't too far away. Because they saw the remnant and bounty get snagged as well, because they had the remnant straight on top of it. That was a really interesting choice. But I mean, James is close to the 3rd ultimate, which is incredibly important. But down bot, however, Joel is able to get the BKB off fast enough. The SRF is in a bit of a pickle of a situation, though. He does have a couple of heroes in the area. Troll even commits a battle trance, and now with this being on cooldown, he's just going to get brought down. Yeah, bye-bye Troll Warlord. His team is not going to try and help. Not SRF decapitates the big old beastly man at that. And he's dead for 70 seconds. This could be long enough because XM still hunting. Astral Step commits both of them. They're still able to get the shapeshift off, so XM's going to be careful. Really nicely done with the Lycan Wolves as well, tanking up SRF. He can counter-initiate here. Pango actually might have to swashbuckle. SRF is not going to go for it. Okay. I thought he was going to blink call, but that Rolling Thunder still had a long duration left, so even then, alright. 19,000 lead coming through. What do we got top? They find Erica, so that shapeshift still that full duration. He's gonna be I guess Army doesn't have a way to cancel his black hole. Wow, close. Roche is up though, so Troll's still dead. They force up shapeshift. A couple of abilities of force there is gonna enable them to take Roshan. A free one for these bad boys, and now the Ricky's gonna have Daedalus, Aegis to play around with. Radiant, they're just gonna use this time to try and get a little bit of farm, maybe a little bit of map control with some vision dropped, but they might struggle into the second life here. As soon as the BKB is down on Troll, he can't really... I mean, even then, he's gonna... Like, they have ways to kite him through BKB. Soulbind, Cole, Phoenix Egg, if it goes off, they're going to still take this engagement. Very fast pace coming through. As soon as they take Aegis, Arme straight on top of YDS and the call as well. SRF finds the Pango. Soulbind latches up with the Snapfire as well. Disruptor's going to try and buy back to take the fight here, but they're going to be careful. Vasant prevents any more disengage here. Now the Arfu somehow still alive. They drop the Static Storm as well, but XM has got the BKB. Now the Troll Wall completely controlled here from the Axe Call. He's got the Battle Trance to work around with the Phoenix Egg. They just don't have enough heroes to be able to deal with this because the Battle Trance Troll has to right click onto the Axe. So the Egg's going to pop. Now Troll's going to end up falling as well. Rolling Thunder gives him a little bit of protection here, but it's not going to matter. The backline support's getting completely negated thanks to the Ricky. There's full mobility coming through with the call. Once again, SRF just finding the counter initiation constantly. Assassinates the Pangoli, decapitates him, rips off his head. Name's in a bit of a tricky spot here, but the G's are dropped. That's not going to matter. CDEC. Clap, clap. They'll take this best of 3. They'll even find the Disruptor as well. I mean, that fight, you see how awkward it is. If Troll pops Battle Trance, you use Egg straight away because you know he can't just hit the Egg. CDEC just have a much greater way to start these fights. With the Axe, the Soul... I mean, it's mainly the Axe, but the Void Spirit on top of them. That double silence that XM was able to get really kind of split up the fight, and it caused enough chaos to force the BKBs to come through, you know, the BKB Battle Trance, and then Troll... Just a little awkward. I mean, I honestly thought CDC might have struggled with Radiant just running at them. I thought that was the way that Keen Gaming could have been able to take this game, but it felt like they didn't really have a place for that Troll. Like, you put him mid, he's gonna struggle. Yeah, he didn't struggle, but what I mean is he's like, oh, he kind of struggled this game, but it's more that like he doesn't feel like he has a place. Like, he's not very good at shoving out the lane and then going back to the jungle. He's not very good at pushing towers until he gets... Like, he's not like a DP or DK that puts a lot of emphasis onto the tier 1 mid, and he's not someone who can make rotation. So the Troll was just kind of a laner. Like, it wasn't that... He wasn't the... Yeah, he's not the mid... He's not the mid heroes we see right now. We have seen a lot of flexibility in the past, you know, OG in particular, with being able to put that hero mid. But in the end, CDEC... Just the, I mean, that Ricky, Arme just popped off, and SRF also, a beautiful game on the Axe. Literally, his initiations were flawless. Like, the one call he get, and then the calls off that as well, in the majority of these fights, just, they did a beautiful job from CDEC, and that's going to be it for us tonight here, ladies and gentlemen. So, they will take this series 2-1, and we saw earlier as well, Asta 2-1 Invictus Gaming. So we're gonna have a little bit of a break here, about a 2-day break until we'll have more China Pro League matches. I appreciate everyone dropping in for tonight's stream. And yeah, with that being said, that's going to be it for us tonight. Don't forget to head over to Twitter, Aries_HD, if you guys have been enjoying the casting. But that's it for us tonight, guys. Have a wonderful rest of the night or day, and we'll see you guys in a couple of days.